Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. IRS announces Form 1040X electronic filing options coming this summer. Major milestone reached for electronic returns. IR 2020-107, May 28, 2020, Washington. The Internal Revenue Service announced today that later this summer, taxpayers will, for the first time, be able to file their Form 1040X amended U.S. individual tax return, there's a link to that here, electronically using available tax software products. And I gotta say, this is a huge kind of thing here because the 1040X is the amended return. So if you have any kind of thing that you need to amend on the return, the 1040 being the normal return, the 1040X being the amendment return. And you typically will file electronically the actual return, the Form 1040, but we haven't had the option of filing electronically and therefore needing to paper file the 1040X if there is any amendment that needs to take place. So it's really nice that they have, if they can get the electronic filing option up for an amended return, which looks like they're working on. So this is very, very exciting news. Back to the text. Making the 1040X an electronically filed form has been a goal of the IRS for a number of years, as well it should be. It's also been an ongoing request from the nation's tax professionals communities and has been a continuing recommendation from the Internal Revenue Service Advisory Council, the IRSAC, and Electronic Tax Administration Advisory Committee, the ETAAC. I would think that it would be. Back to the text. Currently, taxpayers must mail a completed Form 1040X to the IRS for processing. The new electronic option allows the IRS to receive amended returns faster while minimizing errors normally associated with manually completing the form. Quote, "This new process is a major milestone for the IRS and it follows hard work by people across the agency," end quote, IRS Commissioner Chuck Reddick. Quote, "E-filing has been one of the great success stories of the IRS and more than 90% of taxpayers use it routinely. But the big hurdle that's been remaining for years is to convert amended returns into this electronic process. Our team has worked diligently to overcome the unique challenges related to the 1040X and will look forward to offering this new service this summer," end quote. Woohoo! About 3 million Forms 1040X are filed by taxpayers each year. The new electronic filing option will provide the IRS with more complete and accurate data in an easy, readable format to enable customer service representatives to answer taxpayers' questions. Taxpayers can still use the, quote, "What's my amended return?" end quote. There's a link to that here. There'll be a link to this in the description. Online tool to check the status of their electronically filed 1040X. When the electronic filing option becomes available, only tax years 2019 Forms 1040X and 1040SR returns can be amended electronically. So they're going to be making the cutoff date for the 2019, so anything prior to that still need the old paper file, but it's going to be good going forward here. Back to the text. In general, taxpayers will still have the option to submit a paper version of the Form 1040X and should follow the instructions for preparing and submitting the paper form. Additional enhancements are planned for the future. So obviously anything new that happens here, the standard has been the paper form for a while. So you might have a question as to, should we do the standard safe kind of thing and keep going with the paper file for a while or jump right on to that electronic file? I would think that if you could do the electronic file, it would be the way to go. You'd think it'd be a lot faster. So, but they still have that paper option going forward. Back to the text, quote, "Adding amended returns to the electronic family also complements our partnership with the tax software industry, which continues work with us to provide better ways to help taxpayers," end quote, said Ken Kerbin, Commissioner of the IRS Wage and Investment Division.